Yo, Havoc Nation has arrived. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Los Angeles Havoc, aka Tato, the one and only High Priest of the congregation. Welcome back to another installment of Tato Clips, where we've got a little bit of everything. Y'all, today we had new Destiny content drop. It's the first major update in this new year of content. Of course, we had the Age of Fate. Today, Ash and Iron drops. First major update, but we also got a live stream which came with it, a ViDoc. What's the ViDoc on? Renegades, the next expansion, the expansion that's following the Edge of Fate, continuing the story of this new Fate saga. I'll be completely transparent. I haven't played a lot of Destiny recently. You may have noticed that there hasn't been a lot of Destiny content on the channel aside from the campaign, which I did the Edge of Fate campaign in full. I have a lot of love for Destiny. How I feel about the current iteration of content is a bit complex. I don't really like the grindy nature of things, but there are some things I do enjoy about the portal and the new loot system. But it's a new update day. I'm going to be jumping in. I'm going to see what it is, what it do, and we'll go from there. However, what I am interested in seeing is what Renegades has to offer. Without any further ado, let's get into the Destiny 2 ViDoc, Infiltrating the Lawless Frontier.
Seeing how stunningly Star Wars it felt was electric.
Hey, yo!
I just jumped into that walker and I just annihilated the encounter.
Hey, yo!
Squeezing that trigger and feeling that blaster just go off, it was like a whole new world opened up for me.
There's something really special here that we haven't really done in Destiny before.
That ignition, that hiss, that sound.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
What?
We begin in the shadow of a prophecy that says our end is already written. It's here we draw a line in the sand where we start the long journey to fight our fate. In Renegades, Guardians infiltrate a criminal underworld to save a friend whose past has caught up with them and disrupt the rise of powerful new enemies. In special collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, we took inspiration from Star Wars to craft a one-of-a-kind Destiny story. Renegades redefines what an expansion can be. It brings the grit, guns, and glory of a space western to Destiny. But Renegades isn't just about power. It's about what you're willing to risk to change the future.
The folks at Lucasfilm were such great collaborators. They understood that in order for this to work, we had to find where the Venn diagram of our two stories meet. Themes of underdogs rising up against something much larger than themselves. Themes of hope. Those little places in that Venn diagram were the ones that really helped us find the story that we want to tell together.
If you look at Star Wars and you look at Destiny, you can kind of see that parallel.
Tell me what planet this is.
So for instance, our Dredgen, they're our Sith.
Pretty Sithy.
Yeah. And then you've got the Barrett Imperium, and they are very, very Empire-like. Yes. They have a huge appetite for expansion.
I think of the Praxic Order. There are Jedi in this release, and they are very focused on order and law and understanding that there is a binary in our universe of good and evil. We get to poke at that a little bit in a way that suits our story and our world, while still feeling very much like the inspiration that we're calling from. Edge of Fate leaves us with a really big pass forward into the future.
Yeah, it does.
We know of this prophecy now that tells us that we need to bind the Nine or we face extinction. And Drifter was there on Kepler. He saw all of this.
Not running from this one.
Drifter is convinced that there's a connection between the Nine and the rise of this new faction, the Barrett Imperium. He sees them rising at an unnaturally fast rate and is insistent that there's a problem. But the Vanguard isn't listening. They're insisting that he needs to stand down.
The cool thing about this criminal underworld is you and Drifter and your crew, you come in at the bottom, and at the top, there's the Barrett Imperium. You need to work with all
They look
these
wicked.
crooked criminal syndicates in between, earning your power, building up the notoriety, getting the gear that you need to take down that powerful Imperium at the top.
There's a weapon that the Barrent Imperium have made, and we need to be the ones to destroy it. And we're not going to be able to do that unless we work with exactly the kind of people that we normally fight. So we're going to head out to the Lawless Frontier, and one job at a time, we're going to take down the Imperium.
Okay, y'all speaking my language.
The Lawless Frontier is filled with big, chaotic, cooperative activities. You're gonna choose the job, you're gonna choose which renegade abilities you're gonna take into those jobs, and then you're gonna drop into the action with your team, smash up those objectives, get as many riches and treasures as you can, and then get out or die trying.
To do that, you're gonna go to the Lost Frontier holo map. You'll see Mars, Europa, and Venus with swamps that are very reminiscent of Dagobah. There's some hints of Hoth in Europa, right?
Yeah.
For fans of both Star Wars and Destiny, like Mars, which is some pits that are very reminiscent of Sarlacc pits, and you don't want to fall into them, you'll die.
These are Destiny locations. It's just we're taking inspiration from some of these iconic places in Star Wars.
I don't know.
Let's say we go to Mars, and you're gonna pick a bounty hunting job for the Fallen to take out some Cabal. And then you either matchmake with people online, you take your crew with you, you can play solo. Every time you drop in, you might be in a different location on the map. Your objectives are gonna be a little different each time, and it also might be a different time of day, so there's a lot of variety and richness within these activities as well to be highly replayable. Along the way, we're gonna throw a bunch of curveballs. You might run into a missile tower that's trying to take you out from halfway across the map. And you have to like divert and take it out, and you get some extra credits out of that. Defeat your boss, get to the exfil with whatever time you've got left. Call your ship in, all hell drops in on your head from the Cabal. Your ship flies in, you hop aboard, and you got to exfil.
Over the course of the campaign and deep into the post-game of Renegades, you're going to be unlocking and earning a bunch of different Renegade abilities.
We've got things like airstrikes, Cabal drop pods, vehicles like the Cabal walkers, interceptors, swoop bikes, turrets. We've got 9 abilities, 7 upgrades. There's a ton of stuff that you can bring in and just change how things play.
It's like a tech tree of options.
It's like a whole tree of options across support, defensive, and offensive abilities. So the player's going to have a lot to play with here.
Interesting.
The Lawless Frontier isn't just about raw power. It's about influence. Shady backroom deals, working for these powerful syndicates and against them at different times. And all of this takes place at the heart of the criminal underworld and Tharsis Outpost.
The Vanguard have been preoccupied. They've been off saving the world, and they haven't been looking at Tharsis. It's changed a lot since the last time we were there.
It's now this thriving black market, this criminal underworld.
Is that Vex being social?
Tharsis Junction became Tharsis Outpost. If you have an unsavory job that you need done, you can find it at Tharsis Outpost.
Tharsis Outpost feels appropriate for both Star Wars and for us. When we looked at Mos Eisley as inspiration, we knew that we could play in that playground in a really fun way. From the ghosts that you'll see floating around to one Elixni with all 4 of his Elixni arms shaking up drinks. We took that inspiration and we found the Destiny spin on it. Criminal syndicates have moved in.
You're working with the syndicates. You are building your notoriety with them.
The 3 different syndicates that we created, we're going to be dealing with. The Pikers are Elixni. They're kind of like an anarchist biker gang. Unlike other Elixni, they're atheists. They don't worship machines.
Interesting.
They follow relics. We've also got the Totality Division, a subsect of the Barrent Imperium. They're run by Scions, and their enforcer Rao is going to be the leader of this group. And we've got Tharsis Reformation. They are a breakaway group from Maya's Vex. They're starting to think for themselves and figure out what it means to be an individual.
They're starting to do crime. They're, they're wearing clothes.
Crime and wearing clothes are what all individuals
Crime and
do.
wearing clothes as well.
We
That's
need
a
to have
wild
new
ass
people to
statement,
fight and new
Allison.
people to root for. And this was our opportunity.
Notoriety is power, alright.
But the heart of the Renegade fantasy is not just surviving the Lawless Frontier. It's garnering influence and building your power so that you can bend it to your will.
In the end game, you get the best weapons, the best armor, the coolest exclusive cosmetics. You're going to need to work with the syndicates to increase your notoriety by completing jobs successfully alone or with a crew, and then doing so you'll unlock our highest risk, highest reward jobs, and at the same time you're going to have the ability to do the special job that'll take you off planet to the dungeon.
Okay, we get in a dungeon, all right.
And you'll also unlock Invasion.
That's right, Invasion is back.
Invasion?
But this doesn't work like Gambit. It's opt-in. The invader has some initiative when invasion begins. This is more strategic.
You scan the battlefield and you're like, okay, is this the right time for me to take the shot? And what's the right tool for me to do it? Do I use an airstrike or a vehicle? Do I use a Cabal Walker?
Just watch out for that double cross.
Yeah.
What? What the fuck?
Renegades marks the Guardian's descent into a criminal underworld. A world of shadows and syndicates, where your light and your choices will cut a path forward. You'll fight dirty, break the rules, and build a hardened crew that can take on any job, standing up to the most ruthless syndicates in the system.
Y'all need to tell me more about that motherfucking lightsaber.
Even in the darkest corners of this world, there's still a glimmer of hope. Guardians will have to find their own
This
version
shit look
of balance
crazy.
between loyalty and survival, between power and purpose. Because there's more at play than credits and contracts. Forces are on the move, ones that see you
That
not
nigga
just
look
as a player,
menacing.
but as a piece on the board. To change the future, you'll have to become the one thing they never saw coming.
I don't know. Have you met Kate in Black? Who is that?
Start the engines. Take off as soon as you can.
What? Who was that? All right. I'm at a loss. I don't. What? All right, listen. So I'll be the first to say my biggest opposition for Renegades was that I was concerned about Destiny losing its identity in chasing other IPs. Collaboration is all fine and good, but I was genuinely concerned that like we'd, end up with something that was basically like Star Wars with like Destiny painted over it. I definitely feel like this is more so a homage and an influence, and obviously it's a collaboration. It's a collaborative effort. They said that in the video. They collaborated with Lucasfilm Games, which is dope. I'm intrigued. I'm very interested. The idea of there being different factions and stuff like that, and then there's this greater threat of the Baron Imperium or whatever, some Cabal. Listen, y'all know what happened to the last Cabal royal hierarchy that crossed us the wrong way. All right, listen. We know what happened to Callus. We know what happened to Gaul. And we don't fuck with no Cabal outside of Keitel. All right? We don't acknowledge no queen, but the queen that is named Keitel, the Empress of the Cabal Empire. I'm not acknowledging anything else, period. Anyway, this looks interesting. I need to know more about this whole lightsaber situation because, come on. And I like this. I like that they show both the Warlock wielding it and the Hunter wielding it, which means that all the animations and everything like that are specific to that weapon. So I'm assuming this is going to be like a exotic weapon or some kind. It's cool that they have the blaster and everything like that. Even just looking at like the armor and everything and the thumbnail and everything, I like that it's not like the ornaments where it's like clearly like General Grievous or Darth Vader or Kylo Ren or things like that. I like that this armor is like quintessential Destiny design with Star Wars themed. You know what I mean? I like that. And you know the drip is always forever. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. I'm probably gonna watch the full stream, probably do a video and cover it. But you know, for those of you that still play the game and everything and I look forward to the next release, let me know what you're thinking about and how you feeling about this in the comments. Are we hopeful? You know what I'm saying? Do we feel this is more playing in the face? You know, do you feel like this is going to save things? You know, I'm always open to conversation as long as we can keep it respectful and constructive. I'm open to it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be completely honest. If you're going to come in here, if you're coming to this video and you're at this point of the video and you want to talk down about the game, you want to talk down about Bungie, you can see yourself out. You can take that somewhere else. I'm not about that. I'm all for constructive criticism and conversation. That's what we're about on this channel. I'm not going to sit and insult any sort of dev studio about anything. All right? That being said, as always, thank you so much for watching the channel and supporting what I do here. If you enjoyed the video, it does help a great deal if you could give it a thumbs up. It's a little bit, but it does go a long way in terms of helping the channel grow. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. My name is Lost Angel of Havoc. Thank you for watching Late Tato Clips. We will see you next time, friends. Same late time, same late channel.